Your artist of the week is Salvador Dali. He was born in 1904 and he died in 1989. And this is probably his most famous painting. This is probably the one most people think of when they think of Salvador Dali, is the painting with the melting clocks. The title of this painting is The Persistence of Memory. It was painted in 1931 and it's oil paint on canvas. So what we can see here, there are several things going on. We have a background, we have these melting clocks, we have another clock here with these ants crawling around them, we have this tree, we have something here that kind of looks like a diving board perhaps, and we have this thing. If you tilt your head to the left, you kind of see this weird illusion of like a nose and a closed eye. We'll learn more about this painting in a bit, but this was what Salvador Dali looked like. Artist with a upside down mustache. So he was quite an eccentric fellow. He was Spanish, so he was from Spain. He was particular about a lot of things in life. He was an odd artist. He was afraid of crossing the street. He was afraid of insects, trains, airplanes. Not sure how he got around because he did travel the world. He did come to America eventually. But he was known for surrealism. That was the art movement that he is most associated with. He created paintings, drawings, sculptures, and he even worked with some theater and film. For example, when he was living in the US for a bit, he actually worked with Walt Disney on a short film called Destino. And you can actually go find that film and you can watch it. It's very bizarre. It's very surreal. So this is an example of a surrealist painting, right? Just very dreamlike. So surrealism was founded in Paris by a group of artists and writers. So surrealism is also a writing movement. They were interested in unlocking the imagination of the subconscious. So when I think of surrealism, I think of their settings as dreamlike. And Salvador Dali, he would call his artwork critical paranoia and hand-painted dream photographs. And this particular painting here, you can see kind of an optical illusion going on, right? We see this outline of a woman, and yet at the same time, as we look at it more, we realize it's all these floating spheres. Are they planets? I have no idea. And in the module, you have access to this link to this video. It's a video clip from an old TV show called What's My Line? And What's My Line means what is my line of work, right? Like I am an art teacher, you are a student, or, this person is a politician, right? What is their line of work? Well, Salvador Dali's line of work is being an artist. And what you do on the game show, it's a game show, is you have 4 contestants and you have to guess what is the job of that person. So they're blindfolded. And if you watch the video, it's quite funny because you can kind of get an idea of Dali's personality, kind of tries to lead them on with his answers. Common symbols in Dali's paintings included food, animals, science, and back to the persistence of memory. A couple things about the painting. We have these melting clocks, right? And we'd say they definitely look soft, right? They look like they're made of fabric, right? They're limp. So what they could possibly symbolize is the passing of time, the mortality of Dali's own life, right? That we are all going to eventually pass away. So Dali, he himself claimed that the watches were inspired by camembert cheese melting in the sun. Camembert is kind of like brie. It's a very soft cheese. So he was inspired by cheese melting in the sun. That's what he claims. There's ants on top of the orange clock, which might suggest decay, right? Things decaying, which is an organic process, right? Things are breaking apart. And then we have these cliffs in the background. They could possibly represent Catalonia, Spain, which is his hometown where he's from. So in this Edpuzzle, you have 2 critical thinking questions that you are going to answer. So I'm going to show each artwork and you will see the question.